again
We
today.
did again.
We're on.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay, we're good.
Yes.
Hello. Welcome to the Claus Connect. And we are going to give it just a minute. Hello, Diane. The crowd's coming in. This is wonderful.
Hi, Diane.
Angela's going to hang out a little bit more with me, which is a wonderful thing here on the Claus Connect. Um, we'll wait for some more audience to come in. How are you doing, girlie?
Oh, I'm tired. It's been a hectic day for me.
Yeah. And to have a show like right before this one and keep everything
Yes,
going.
I was so out of it on the other show. Like, I just could not get it together. And it started from the moment I woke up this morning when I could not get the link for your show to post over onto Facebook. I was like, what is going on? So then that's when I did the North Pole Happy Hour one, and it went right through. No problems.
How bizarre.
So, yeah, I ended up doing it 9 times trying to get yours to post onto Facebook, and no event showing up anywhere.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, I had to delete the whole thing and start over from scratch on it.
Why can't it ever be easy?
I know. So it threw me off the rest of the day.
Yeah.
That and it's just the
Thank
changes I
you.
have
I
to make.
appreciate it. I was in a meeting and I came out of the meeting and saw that and I thought, oh no, please.
Yeah.
So hello everyone that is joining us. Santa Stellar's here and Don. And let's see if it's opening up to some more people. Um, maybe not. There we go. Hello, Jim. I haven't seen Jim in a long time. He's from Canada. What a very, very awesome
Oh,
guy. Hi,
Canada.
John.
Oh, Canada. That's all I know of the song.
I've got a lot of people from Canada that friends now, and it's so nice.
Yeah.
Good people. So today is May 4th, episode 5, The Claus Connect. And thank you for stopping by. I am Sean White, and this is Angela, producer for TNL Network Broadcast. And we are here to bring you a great show tonight. Hello, hello, Sean. Great name.
Yes, and we had them on North Pole Happy Hour earlier.
Nice.
Thank
Betsy's
you so much
here.
for joining us.
Hello, Betsy. Thank you for
Yes.
stopping by. She's got a busy schedule too. Um, thank you, everyone. So tonight I'm going to go right into the shared humanity, and I will just give a real quick credit to Judge Middleton in St. Joseph, Michigan. He's the one that I watched do this, and it's amazing. In his courtroom, on his chat, he has a shared lyrics that he shares with a group and has them guess the artist of the lyrics. So today I will go ahead and she's going to put the banner up. These are the lyrics. And you light up my life, you give me hope to carry on. You light up my days and fill my nights with song. Now, if you know who sings that, put it in the chat, please. It's a very famous song. Hello, Paul
Hello.
Anderson, another guy from Canada.
I was going to say hello, Paul.
Yeah, great, great couple too. Um, so as you're guessing, just guess it on here. This is how we all come together and think about great memories we might have with a song, and it's just a nice thing for the chat too. Um, so tonight's show is very special. Um, I I dubbed it, I named it, however you want to say it, the Mrs. Claus every Santa hopes for. The lady that's going to be on here is amazing. Um, she is she is a leader. I saw her in action in Minnesota in February. She is all about children, and it's magical just to see her talk about children. great Santa, her husband, she works with. And I was just really impressed. And I thought she needs to be. So um, let's see.
We got the answer.
Oh, wow.
Good job to Paul.
Nice. It is not being broadcast on YouTube. I'll put it on there after the show, the recording of this. Oh, it keeps freezing up. I am so sorry.
It did that earlier too. It's always Facebook. YouTube is always working just fine. It's just something with it.
I've gotta work that out and get it on YouTube Live.
Nice.
Goals. So tonight, anyways, the show that we are going to have is about storytelling, connection, visits. She's got everything here. This Mrs. Claus. Um, these are not separate things that we talk about either. They're all part of learning how to be present with someone else. So that's a really important thing to think about. Um, and I've got a really strong statement I'm going to say right now that is really important. If you don't understand presence when you're with someone else, it won't suddenly appear when you're alone. So, for the ladies that want to work alone, um, be strong with your Santa. And then the transition to be solo Mrs. Claus is not a big deal. You've already been strong with Santa. Doesn't matter who that Santa is, work with different ones, whatever. But be a strong character, and it's going to help you out. Um, so, strong beside Santa, closer than you think. So, do you remember that song, Angela?
You know, I have to hear it.
Oh,
I don't know it by like the words right now.
okay.
Maybe if I heard it playing right in front of me, I could like sing along to it. But
Okay. If I, yeah, I would love to sing it, but probably shouldn't. um, okay, so with that, I would like to introduce Tracy onto the show. Let's get her on here, and we'll see Angela at the end. Hello, Tracy. Welcome.
Great. Thank
Welcome
you.
to Claus Connect. I'm
Yeah.
so excited that you are on here. Um, you are just amazing. Like I said earlier, I watched you in Minnesota, and you made me feel so welcome there. Just I'd not met most all of you basically,
Yep.
and everything, even to the little detail. She handed me a bag when I was going up to the hotel room to get settled in, and it had like popcorn in it and these wonderful little gestures of like taking care of me, and I really did appreciate all that.
Yeah.
So
I was so nervous having you up here in Minnesota. You could ask my husband. I was like so excited to meet you.
you were amazing because I sat there and I thought, oh, that's just so nice, and to be, sometimes it's hard when you're out of
Yeah.
town by yourself, and
Yeah. Well,
so
I like to introduce you to Minnesota and yeah, have a nice warm welcome. So that's what
and
we're all about.
you did a great job.
Thank you.
So they've heard me talk about you. Tell us about you. Tell us about Tracy.
I'm born and raised here in Minnesota. I have been a daycare provider for 25 years in my house. And I've been taking care of kids since I was 11 when you can start babysitting. So I've been around children all my life. My dad has a really big family. He has 15 brothers and sisters. So, I mean, I've been around children literally all my life. And yeah. Married, my husband and I have 6 children and 2 grandchildren. So Mason and McKenna, they're everything to us. So they're awesome little peoples.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yep, I've seen pictures of them,
Yep.
and they're lucky little ones.
Yeah. Yeah. We love them.
So your dad was Santa Claus. And
Yes.
I just adore that. I can't even imagine what that would be like. Um, Tell me about that. I
It wasn't until I was later, like more in high school, when he started becoming Santa. I remember, he'd go to the bars, like that was his first, like kind of. He went and just bought an outfit, fake beard, the whole works, and he would go down to the bar and just nobody knew who he was. It was so much fun. And he had just the glow in his, he just glowed up when he would put it on that suit, and it was just him. He's just that he could talk to the cinder on the wall. I mean, he can talk to anybody. So it's awesome to see him, and he still does it. He absolutely loves it and has so much fun with it. So
So he's still here. He's still performing as Santa. I didn't
yes,
realize that.
yeah. The picture that I have that I sent
Yeah.
you is just from a couple years ago. So yeah,
Wow. So
yeah.
what does he think about you doing this?
He loves it. He thinks it's great. He calls me up and we talk back and forth a
Oh,
lot. And I mean, back in my hometown, it's just a small town of like 2,000 people. So they don't have like the big like events. Like they have like a community event, but otherwise he just goes to homes and visits there. But so when I tell him that we've been to US Bank Stadium and we got to go down on the on the ground of there, and so he's just so proud of us. He just thinks it's great, all the stuff that we get to do. So
that is so awesome. I
yeah.
did not realize that. Okay, that's cool. Um, so I'm assuming he influenced you to be Mrs. Claus.
Yeah, of course. I tell people I'm second generation Claus, so it's kind
Yes,
of
you
fun.
are.
I had to wait for my husband to come to me, and yeah, we just yeah, it's fun.
So you might as well tell us the story. I love the story about Troy and the gift, and tell us
Yeah.
that.
So when my husband and I got together, he told me that he always wanted to be Santa. So I ran with that. I went on Amazon, found a costume for both he and I, and it just happened to be his birthday's in November. So I wrapped it all up as a birthday present. And it was in 2020, so when COVID all started happening, and of course we couldn't go see anybody, publicly. So we went. I asked all my daycare parents. On a Sunday, we went traveling around and went to all of their homes and just stood outside or whatever they wanted to, with masks and all. And we took pictures and got to see the children. So it was just that was our first year.
You started at the toughest times.
Yeah, we did. Yes, we did.
Um, okay, let's go to the audience here real quick. I want to say hello to Troy Freemeyer.
Hi, Troy.
Nice. I'm so happy he's here. Um, let's see, anybody else?
Okay.
Lynn Swans, hello. Ut Brothers,
Yeah.
hello. They're watching, and I hope Don is figuring out his Wi-Fi so he can get get this show on. Um, okay, so why don't we go to your pictures now and show them the pictures, Angela? so many different things.
Thank you.
You are a beautiful couple too.
Thanks.
The you just beautiful, perfect.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We've worked hard at getting those costume or outfits for us. So yeah, yeah,
So
we were.
tell me about some of the stuff that you do, the two of you do together.
We do most of our things together. Santa just does a few things if I can't make it, like on a Tuesday night or something. Um, there's a few people that want him during the day or whatever. I can't make it if he can make that work. Otherwise, we do everything together. He drives the sleigh, and we go everywhere together. We don't leave each other's side. So yeah, we go do home visits.
Okay.
We've done 18 hours of volunteering this last year, which was our biggest we've ever done. We do corporate events and like Christmas tree farms and stuff like that. So kind of do it all.
And those pictures of the big groups were some home visits that you've done? Is that
That
what
was
that
a
was?
home visit. We've done them. This was our fifth year doing that family. They have us back every single year, and Grandma just passed away. Their great great grandmother. She's 96 years old. So, but she would come and she would not leave. She had to hold my hand every time we
Oh,
visited and would not let go and gave me the biggest like hug and everything. And she was just so sweet.
that's
So.
adorable. That's a really big home visit. A lot of
I,
people in that
yeah,
room.
we do two of them that are that big. They're like 70 people. This one we just pass gifts out. We're not able to, and then we sing a couple songs. But the other family, big family we do, I get to read a story to them, and like all 70 people are in the same room with us, and you could hear a pin drop. I mean, it is so quiet. They all listen to the story. It is just amazing. So
I
really,
love to hear that. Like
yeah.
it means that you know how to deliver the
Yes,
story.
yes. And they all that was kind of the whole thing. We've been to families where the adults are so noisy
Yeah.
and you can't even hear the children. And it's like we're there for a short amount of time. Just give us the attention we need, and it works out so well. And it's just, and we get invited back to that house every year too. I mean, they have us booked already for next year. So it's like
For you.
yeah. So
So tell me about the Christmas tree farm. That's something I haven't done, but I am kind of a chicken too. I don't like to freeze to death up, and it would be cold here. But tell
yes.
me about what you go through.
It's very cold. So I've got the one picture of the girl with the black jacket. That was the Christmas tree farm. It's freezing. We have long johns. I have a heated vest and a
Oh,
winter
wow.
coat on underneath my shawl thing. And then I have snow pants. I mean, I'm layered. You can't move. I get into the car and I can barely buckle up. So, yes, it's
Wow.
freezing after we leave, but it's a lot of fun. A lot of people don't know we're there because they don't really advertise for us to be there because we've only done it 3 years, I think. But it's a lot of fun.
So are you in a barn or just out in the open?
We are inside, but the garage doors are wide open.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, the picture that was taken, we're inside. They have like a store,
Hmm.
so we go in there to warm up, kind of thing. But yeah, it's been cold the last 2 years, but we do. Some of the pictures are from a greenhouse.
Okay.
And they actually sell Christmas trees in the wintertime too. And that one we've done for 6 years as well. And we have a professional photographer come and take those pictures.
Nice.
And we both do it for free. So we do it for the community, but it's a lot. The line is like, we were there for 3.5 hours this year, and we are
Wow.
only supposed to be there for three. So yeah, it's
So are
awesome.
you able to get pictures of the two of you from the photographer for,
Yep. Well, she does them there at the thing,
okay.
but yeah. Otherwise, if we do it outside of it, we pay for it.
Okay, because
Yeah.
that's what I would usually do is like, hey, negotiate,
Yeah.
like when we get there, like, hey, can you take a few
Yep.
pictures,
Yep.
because
That
Jeff
was the
and
one
I,
on the one on the truck. That was one that she had taken for us.
okay,
But
yeah,
yeah.
okay,
Yep.
because even if I'll always have like one of the organizers or something ask them to take pictures before we get started, and
Yes.
some of those have turned out so well.
Mhm.
It's because the backgrounds they have you standing in front of in these greenhouses, these ladies that know how to decorate are
Oh
amazing,
yes.
just
Yes.
absolutely beautiful.
and she does it every year. This year, which was a big deal. So yeah, but people are already asking her when we're coming back this next year.
Good for
So
you.
yeah, so they have us, and we do a toy drive for a local toy place that kind of like a Toys for Tots kind of thing,
Okay.
but it's a local to our county. We added that a couple years ago, so that we got a lot of toys this last year. So
That's wonderful.
yeah, yeah,
A side note, I've been seeing a lot of toys. I was thinking about this, like clearanced out right now,
yes,
Barbies and
yep.
blue, because I got home after going to the grocery store this weekend and I thought, man, I should just buy that stuff and take back for
Yep.
that.
That's what I did too. I already have like 4 or 5 sets of
Yep.
toys that I got. Yep. Yep.
Yep. So next time I go in there this week, I'm gonna be buying stuff.
Walmart has a lot of clearance stuff too in their clearance
Yeah.
section. Yeah, right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it gives me a reason to buy toys too.
Yes.
You know? And then, my husband can't say, "Why are you buying toys?"
Yeah, exactly. You're donating them.
And I'll be ready because it seems like there's a few times I have to run and grab something
Yep.
that comes up.
Yep.
So, any of those other pictures, any other venues or any? Oh, baseball game. You do a bit. You've done a baseball.
No, it's the Jingle Bell Run for the Arthritis Foundation.
Okay.
The money they collect for that, it goes to the children that have arthritis.
Oh
So
wow.
they do a camp in the summertime. They do it the weekend before Thanksgiving. So that was our first time dressing up this last year. So it's at US Bank Stadium where the Vikings play.
Okay.
So we actually got to obviously take a picture with the cheerleaders. And then we got to go down on the field on the 50-yard line in the middle and pass out the medals as they came through. Because run around the stadium like 4.5 times or something like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then they come down onto the field and then collect their medals. So we got to pass them out this year. And to stand down and be down on the field of the Viking Stadium that was
I can't even
good.
imagine when you guys found out how exciting it would,
Yes. Oh
just
yeah.
to be
Yeah.
offered the job or however it happened, but just
Yeah.
like crazy
Yeah. It
exciting.
was it was crazy because both of us are huge Vikings fans. So that was a huge deal. Yeah, and that was a free thing too. We didn't charge for it. It was a fundraiser. So yeah, it was
That's
fun.
wonderful. I
Yeah.
know we had talked about, like, I had said that I did more free stuff this year than I've ever done,
Yeah.
but I somehow it seems like I made more money too, and I don't quite understand it, but it's a good thing, I
Yeah.
guess. What I'm
Yeah, that's how we were too. Yeah, we did a lot of same thing. We did the same thing.
Yeah,
So yeah, yeah.
because I thought I would be like, okay, then there's going to be more free stuff than less,
Yeah.
but it wasn't. It was crazy.
No, no.
Any other pictures that you can think of that we can describe or talk about?
The one was with me and my dad.
I love that picture too.
Yeah, that was fun. Um, and my chickens. I
Oh yeah.
so yeah. So I have 5 chickens. But there was a where I get food and some bedding and stuff like that. They're only do it online, and they had a Facebook thing, and they're like, "Oh, take a picture with your pets," and I'm like, "Okay, I have a better one. How about Mrs. Claus with her chickens?" And they actually made an ad out of it, so that was kind of funny.
Love it.
Yeah, that
That's
was
the
fun.
way to do it right there. That is so
Yeah.
smart.
Yep. I, yeah, my grandchildren. The one family with the 3 kids. I think this is our 5th year visiting them as well.
Wow.
The middle son, he believes that me and my husband are the real thing. He has seen other Santas, and he will tell his mom, "That's not my Santa. That's my Santa's helper." So that's very like because he's 11, so that's very touching. Um, yeah, so just playing with the children. I mean, even in the pictures, clapping hands and just trying to get their attention. It's so much fun. The reindeer pictures,
Yeah.
that is incredible. I highly, highly, highly suggest doing that. Because even that, like, I've got a story because that was Vixen that I'm holding. She just loved being itched right here. Well, I tell
Aw.
the children that all the time. So that's just, those experiences, you can just get those stories and, it's real life. You can tell the children that, it's like,
And
I
there's
actually
nothing
have,
like it, when you want to create the stories, when you go and actually smell it, you feel
yes,
the stuff under your feet in the stall. I
yep.
mean, like the whole thing. When you do talk, it is real,
Yes,
you
yeah.
know?
Well, that's what, she kept on going like this with her head, and nudging me, and I'd itch her right there, and she just like she closed her eyes, and I tell the kids that all the time. It's like a little puppy, It's like she just wanted me
Aw.
to keep doing it, so it was really cute.
So we've got a question on here. How do you determine what will be free? That's Deborah. Hi, Deborah. How are you doing? Um, for me, the schools, I know that they don't have the money to pay me, so automatically I do that every year. And this last year, personally, I did the whole grade, so I went up to each classroom. Um, but then I've just been trying out some other stuff, and I do that stuff for free. That's how I kind of pick it. Um, and learn from it is what I feel like I get back from that
Mhm.
too. Those I might not necessarily even get more jobs from it, but I'm learning so much from each experience. So that's kind of how I do the free thing. Or if, of course, fundraisers, if somebody needs it, I will step in.
Yeah.
But what would you say to that?
I same thing, the fundraisers we don't charge for. We did the Secret Sleigh project, which is they find Santas that go to children's homes that can't leave the house. I mean, they go to doctor's appointments and that's it. So we did that, two of those this year. The one we did at Sailor's Greenhouse, I so 5 years ago we were trying to get jobs and trying to kind of make a name for ourselves in our community. And I actually reached out to Nikki and I said, okay, we want to do this. We think that your, greenhouse would be great to come to. We want to do it for free this year and see how it goes. Well, of course, and then I got the photographer to come and do it for free as well. And I mean, it's 5 miles down the road from us, not even, I don't think. Um, but she actually gave us a beautiful wreath that they make there. And then every year she gives us a gift card to come back and go shopping. So that's just kind of, are we getting paid? No, but yes, because, it's just, but then a lot of people, we've gotten jobs from them also. So
Right,
it's kind
right.
of,
That's how it works. Good
yeah,
for you. I love to hear that you picked her
yep.
without her even knowing what was going to be happening, and you made it happen.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
That's
and
the way
they
to
love
do
us.
it.
I mean,
Yeah.
all their workers are like, "When are you coming back?" And all the
Yep.
people come back, and yeah, yeah. So
That's what
it's
I've said, like I riding around the town, I happen to see the School of the Arts, and I'm thinking, wow, that might be a place for me and my crazy because I would fit right in. It's arts and children, and that's perfect. It took me a couple years to get in the door, but it works and it feels so right when I'm in there. But I
yeah,
sold it to them, and
yep.
it that's, I think, the best thing to do. So, hello, Mike. Thank you for joining us. And I don't know if I've missed anybody on there. Um, Let me see real. Do I? Okay, thank you. We try to make sure to acknowledge our wonderful audience. Let's see if I had some. Okay. So you take a lot of what you learn working with the children, and it goes. I love it that you have an audience to practice on.
Yes, yes. I read my stories to them often. So
Yeah,
yes,
that is so awesome because instead of pretending and you're actually getting the live reactions and the whole works for you.
yes, yep, yep. And they're all 5 and under, so I've got to like kind of, wrangle while I'm doing it. But I've offered it. I have a Santa that comes with his puppets. He's been here like 4 times now within the last year to practice, and I've offered it to other people. I'd be like, hey, come to my house. It's free. You can come and practice in front of the daycare kids. And, maybe one day they will,
Yeah.
but, it's good practice and the kids love it. They love seeing other people. And even, Joe gets 113 questions from all of them. It's like, why do you look like Santa? Or why do you have red shoes? Or whatever,
Whatever. Yeah, that's cute.
inter he's learning just by being here because he's interacting with these little children
That
too.
is so kind
Yeah,
of you to do too for
thank
him.
you. Yeah.
So, the question, is there a certain story both of you read? Do you have certain stories you read?
I really like Five Sleeps Till Christmas from Jimmy Fallon. That has been my go-to for the last 4 years if I haven't read it somewhere. But otherwise, I really try. I will buy a book and I will read it and read it. And if I don't think it's something that I can read to the kids or if it's too long, I'll just scrap it. So,
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, that
Um,
one's been my go-to. I like my scrapbook. We do the
yeah,
scrapbook. I like that too.
yeah.
So,
And that's what I use too. That's my main, I think, is just stories of my own
yep,
with the pictures.
yep.
But I'm real traditional the night before Christmas.
Okay.
But I set it up like I think I've told you before, but I set it up beforehand. We talk about imagination. I do with the children. I tell them the history of the book, have
Yep.
them use their imagination, set the scene, and then as we're going through the story, like you and I have talked, um, sometimes I have an elf helping me, which is amazing. But we'll make noises, and I think Santa Stellar was saying the same thing, or others that I've had on here. But we make stories. Oh, Kevin too was talking about the last couple shows ago. Um, During the story, we, the on the rooftop. Let's hear what that sounds like. It kind of breaks up this,
Yep.
the whole story, and have the kids doing it. It's fun to have Santa sitting there making all these noises next to me as I'm reading the story, and they're giggling at him, and he's giggling at them, and it's just fun.
That's
But
awesome.
yeah, that's I don't really I've got some little hard books that if they're really little, or my golden books. I'm a golden books
Oh yeah.
fan. The old Santa, like the oldest ones, is the ones I bring out because we don't really talk about the stories, but they like to just their little tiny fingers pointing at the
Yes.
quotes and things, and I tell the
Yeah.
stories why we do that. So
Yeah.
that's
That's
my long-winded answer to that. Um, Okay, so no more questions on there. It looks like Mr. Troy Hansen says that Tracy is amazing, Mrs. Claus. She is my star. He is so sweet.
aw, so
That's
sweet.
very sweet. Um, so I imagine that when you're working with Santa, some of the points I wanted to make is the storytelling. You're a big storyteller with the books, and
Yep.
um, you read the room. And
Yes.
I've seen you do this with adults too. You can read the room. You're always watching, um, and I imagine a really good connection with the children
Yep.
when you're
Yep.
working with Santa. So all these things together make a strong Mrs. Claus.
Thank you. Yeah.
Um, Not just kid wrangling in a line. We can do so many more things and help Santa.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, even, the kids that are scared, it's like I've that one picture the little girl was on my side, on the side without Santa and Santa's on my other side. It's like she did not want to be by Santa, but she was okay being by me. So it's like
Yeah.
that's okay. You can sit by me. We'll still have the nice picture and it turned out beautiful, It's like and getting down to their level and being, not being this big person, getting down to their level and looking them in the eye and, giving them a big smile or whatever they need. And yeah,
So Deborah's asking us, what do our scrapbooks include? Um, I think that maybe we should have a show on something like that. Would be a good, if you want to come back, we could go into some props.
I could do that. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, my scrapbook is my North Pole. I do have another one that I'm kind of working on that has some stories in it. But yeah, my scrapbook is really intensive.
Okay. So why don't we, Deborah will have another show in the next few months, couple months, and I'll get her back on here and we'll go through some of the props and maybe other props too for Mrs. Claus's and Santa's to
Yeah.
use. I think that would be a really good show.
You can message me too if you want to do that, and then I can
Okay.
send some pictures.
Okay.
It's fun. It's a neat scrapbook.
Very professional. Thank you, Greg. Um, he says he commends our lighting and audio, very professional. Thank you, Angela, too. She's our keeps me in line. Okay, so let's see. So, um, just some questions I'm going to throw at you. What do you focus on first when you walk into a room with Santa and you guys are going to do your thing? What is going through your mind first?
A lot of just seeing how the children are. I mean, are they crazy and running around everywhere? Are they calm, cool, and collective? Kind of where the parents are, just because you need to have the parents in the room, of course. And kind of seeing where we're going to sit. Do they have a spot for us already, or are we, is it in front of a tree, or where are we going to take pictures? And just kind of gathering all of that up, getting the vibe of the room and everything. So.
What do you do if the kids are just being crazy, or if there's a couple just running around being crazy? What would you do?
Santa tries really hard to bring him in, and he has some props and some goodies in his bag that
Okay.
he'll pull out and be like, "All right, come sit down. I got to show you something," kind of thing. So,
What
yeah,
I usually do is those couple, they usually become my elves real fast, and
yeah, I like
I'll
that.
sit there real quiet and calm and not say much of anything, and
Yep.
just watch them. And that calmness, when they realize it, whatever, and then I'll have them come up and I'll talk to them because they need to be my helpers, and then
Oh,
it usually sets some kind of message for all of them or something because it works.
right.
Um, okay, so. What do you bring possibly that's different when you guys are working? Is there anything?
I think, there's not many Santas that have a Mrs. Claus, so that's a huge deal. And I've been accepted really well into everybody's lives, into their families and stuff like that. So it's nice to see that, it's really cool to see that I'm accepted, and
That's
yeah,
nice. So,
yeah.
what does Santa gain by having you beside him? What would you say?
Um, just another, just somebody to be by his side, not a necessarily sidekick, but yeah, to have his wife there and be able to show her, the authentic of what we are doing, and yeah,
I bet that's so wonderful for you represent well for the children to see that
yeah,
example of the two
yeah,
of you.
yeah.
Very nice. Okay, this is a fun question. Do you have any looks or moments between you and Santa that add to the experience? Like when I'm getting tired or kind of bored with whatever, I might start to be a little smart aleck kind of with my
Okay.
Santa, and he knows it, and he looks at me and I'll be really serious and I'll say silly things, and then he can't but laugh. We got that kind of thing going back and forth after
Right.
hours together. You have to whatever. But do you do anything like that, or any looks you can give each other? And
I don't think so. I don't know.
no,
He might say different, but
okay, okay. Um, yeah, I'll have to have Jeff on here and have a show, and he'll tell all the funny stuff. Um, okay, let's see. So right now it's 7:41 already. I think we should take a break, and we'll go through our sponsors real quick, and then we'll be right back.
okay.
So I want to go back to some of those pictures. There's a few more things that I want to make sure we point out. Tracy is a seamstress, and I was able to see some of the blankets she made, and I was very impressed. These are so awesomely cool. Um, Let me take this thought back a little bit more. The reason that my ad promo this week was done the way it was done is because I could see she liked the 70s in the and in some of those pictures you could see her bell bottom jeans or pants, and very cool, very stylish, love it, love it. So that's why I did the promo in the 70s,
Yeah.
and to explain that. But your blue jean blankets that you brought in to show me were so cool. And that's just something you do. You crochet, you like, this is amazing, all these different things.
Thank you. Yeah, the jean blankets, I don't know how it got started, but I wear jeans all the time, so I'm down on my knees and I get holes in them all the time. So I have been doing the blankets probably for 20 years, maybe a little bit more. Every pair of jeans I've gotten are somebody's worn them. So they're just upcycled. People know that. So I will often find a bag on my front doorstep of jeans. I go home to my mom's, and some people drop off jeans at her house because they know.
Oh,
I probably have made 80 blankets, something
dang.
like that. Yeah, I've got 13 in the other room right now, but
And
so
their
yeah,
quality, they're like heavy
they're
and
heavy, they're
beautiful.
thick. The fleece is the Luxe fleece from Joanne Fabrics. So yeah, they're like a weighted blanket. So they're awesome. Every single family member of mine has one. So
Nice.
now so everybody's got one already that I know. So I've been giving them to my daycare parents that are graduating.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Nice. So Deborah said those are great pants. She must have saw the pictures. You wore them when we were in Minnesota. When I was in Minnesota is when I saw
yes,
you with the belt. Like,
yep,
super
yep.
cool. I wear flare jeans myself. I really adore those.
They're a lot of fun. I get a lot of compliments on those.
Yeah. Do you play any instruments or music? I don't know that I've asked you that.
I do not. No, I never have, but I've just by myself played the piano once in a while
Okay.
when I was a kid, but I always wanted to, but never did.
Okay. But you were in sports when you were younger, you had said. Is
Yep,
that
I
right?
was in tennis and softball.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
And when you were young, you were helping out with a really important class at the school.
Yep, our early ECFE, it was like an early learning thing. One of my mom's daycare parents was the teacher for that, so she had asked me to come and be a helper with the children.
So
So
that's
yeah,
kind of where it started, I
yeah,
think,
it
for
all
me.
started back then. Yes. Yep.
Nice. It's like a parenting class, right?
Yep.
And
Yeah, the parents would come and they would go off either to a separate room or just on the other side of the room, and I would be with the children doing whatever, depending on the ages they were. I would kind of take care of the kids and babysit them while the parents would go and talk about whatever they needed to talk
right,
about.
right.
Yep.
Coming from the education part of this, I love those classes for the parents. I always thought that was the greatest
Yeah.
idea.
Yep.
And I love that you've been taking care of children your whole life. You
Oh
are
yeah.
like the epitome of a Mrs. Claus for
Thank
the children.
you.
So I just got to say that. Um, let's see if we have any more. I've got some questions for you. Okay. A strong Mrs. Claus doesn't compete with Santa. She completes the experience. That was a nice little thing I was thinking and came up with. And that, because that kind of describes you and what you're
Yep.
doing with your husband.
Yeah.
And that goes back to the beginning of the show when I said that to be strong with what you're doing, then go into the solo work. But
Yep.
but to just be a kid wrangler and then go be solo, it's a little tougher because you can learn a lot by being strong Mrs. Claus.
Yes, absolutely.
Um, let's see,
So,
questions here. Did you hear me? Do you
No, I
see
didn't.
yourself going solo, doing solo stuff, or are you just
Um, Not really, no. I like being with Santa and being with him and doing it. I have thought of doing summer stuff, like if there's ever a chance. I've worked with a different Santa before. That was kind of fun, but my Santa, he shaves his beard off at the end of the season, so he's not Santa 24/7, 7 days a week, so just in the fall. So, but I'm okay with how it is. I right now. Maybe
the only
someday.
thing I don't like is that I have to drive by myself.
Oh, yeah.
You're
Yep.
very lucky because that would be nice. I mean, when I do some stuff I do with Jeff that he'll drive, I'll meet him, which is just so nice. Takes
Yeah,
a
it
lot of the
is.
pressure off. It's
Yeah,
way easier.
definitely.
Um, so Troy's asking, what advice would you give families who want to keep the spirit of Christmas strong in their homes? What do you think about that?
I think just the traditions, keeping that alive. Um, I don't know. That's a hard one.
Um, I would say just this is my mom never said there was no such thing as Santa Claus. She would
Yeah.
never ever say that, no matter how old we were. You just have the Christmas spirit no matter
Yeah.
how old you got. And I think to me that's my children, we still don't talk about it and they're all grown up. But I think that keeps the Christmas spirit and traditions and I guess traditions too, bringing traditions from what you learned and
Yeah.
what you married into, keep that going for the younger ones.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard when they start getting older, but I mean, it still can be. And a lot of them I've learned is big relief if you tell the children they can still have the Christmas spirit in their hearts. I've had I say that to some of these kids that are on the brink, and they start crying. I
Yeah.
say you don't have to tell anybody that you still believe and you feel it. I said you keep that. You're going to
Yeah.
need it someday when you have a family.
You gave them permission to keep that in their
Oh,
hearts. Yeah. Yeah.
breaking down tears,
Yeah.
and it's very sad, some of that stuff, but hopefully it makes a difference.
Yeah.
So Deborah says, do you see any issues where kids are so into cell phone and computer screen time they can't relate to you? Hmm.
We have not ran into that issue, so no.
I think that I tend to get their attention, even if it's only for a couple minutes,
Yeah.
and just try to talk to them and turn them back into that 5-year-old self that I know is in there under everything, and maybe pressure them a little bit if they're teenagers to get a picture with me, and that usually works. And
Yeah.
then I know, mom's super happy, or aunts or grandma or whoever. Keep the kid in you alive always. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. The world would be such a serious place. Do you see any issues where kids are so, we already did that one. Okay. So let's move on. What would you say to women who feel like they're just helping?
A lot of time I'll tell my Santa, I had this a couple times this year where I felt like I was just a picture prop. And I'm like, that's not okay with me, it's just kind of so working through that was just a little tough, but coming home and being able to talk to Santa, talking to Troy about it and telling him how I'm feeling, that helped out a lot. So I think that opened up that conversation, for us because even though we're 6 years into this, I still feel like we're kind of new to it too. We haven't been able to we've only been to a few trainings because just with our jobs, we're not able to travel. But so I think, working on that a little more and trying to connect with other Mrs. Clauses and talking through this stuff has been helping a lot.
God, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Um, I think that, like, I've been in situations where I was actually told to just, stand over to the side That doesn't work very well because it felt really weird and awkward and weird because I don't know. So I just kind of did my thing, and before you knew it, I had the kids wanting me to get the scrapbook out and read to them and show them and I was like, "Sorry, you didn't want me with you," so they're all coming over here. Um, but I would say just just have such a good study of your character and who you are that it will show through,
Yeah.
and the children will gravitate towards you because it's real, it's authentic, and they're gonna love that. So
Yeah.
that would be my answer.
I often think that the Santa Claus movie where he's sitting on the park bench and the children keep coming. I feel like that a lot of times too. Like we'll just be at the grocery store and some little kid will just look at you like and you just feel like that. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is. So
I kind of always have had that too, and I mean, my grandma telling me when I was probably 5, you need to be a school teacher someday, and that kind of thing, because I was good with all the little kids, the younger ones, and
yeah.
um, so yeah. So Greg says, have you ever considered adding a photo booth for additional income? That would be nice to just have parties and take that to parties.
Yeah.
Probably a big money maker. I was at a Greenfield Village, and there was a lady in there that had one of those, and she was taking the pictures of Santa and the children with the photo booth um, contraption. I don't know for better
Oh,
words.
that's cool.
Um, so it's probably a big money maker. I'm not sure about the money, how much it costs and stuff. Let's see. So let's talk about leadership a little bit. Um, you are part of the Minnesota North Star Santas, and you are currently, what are your positions?
I am the secretary and assistant treasurer.
Okay. And were you an event planner also? I think that needs to be
Yeah,
in there.
I'm kind of doing the event stuff too. So yeah, I kind of have a big job to do. So
You
yeah,
are so good at that because not everybody can do this. Um, I cannot do that kind of stuff. It's beyond me to be details and all this stuff.
yeah.
So
Well,
kudos to you.
up until the our blues banquet and training that you came to, I was the secretary and treasurer. So dealing with the event, the venue that we had, so I had to deal with everything with all that. So I did all the food, I took all the attendance. I literally, yeah. I
So
feel like I did a lot of it.
that
So
needs to be part of your title as events planner
yes,
too, because
yeah,
you
right,
can do that.
yeah,
Probably a bunch of other stuff too.
yeah.
I also see that you are mentoring. I'm assuming the ladies, at least, you're trying really hard to get the group together and
Yep, I'm trying to get them together. It's a little difficult some days, but we've done a few. We did a Bridgerton tea a month ago. Um, I'm trying to get. I'm trying to figure out what we can do. It's tough, but yeah, I'm trying.
I know it's very nice to just be with people that are the same, I guess you could say. I
Yes.
did a couple years ago went and we did ceramics together at a ceramic shop where you buy it and paint them, and
Okay.
that was fun just to sit around and do that. It's hard to get everybody together. Everybody's busy.
Yep.
Um,
And it's the money. A lot of them is the money. That seems to be a problem. So yeah, trying to find something that we can all get together and be cost effective. We're doing like monthly breakfast. We're really doing. I'm doing good at getting the venues. We went to the North Pole restaurant. We had 39 of
wow.
us, and it wasn't just Mrs. Claus. It was all of us. A bunch of us. But that was a lot of fun. So we're doing another one at the end of the month, and then in July we're going to do Feed My Starving Children in July. So that'll be a lot of fun. That's for everybody in our anybody. We're even going to bring like our families can come and stuff like that. So
Nice.
that'll be
That's
a
nice.
good, yeah. It'll be a fun time.
You
So
you really do learn so much from each other, and
you do, and that I think that's even better than training sometimes. It's like this is free and we can sit by whatever. And yeah, just that personal connection with your fellow Santas,
It's the networking. I mean, I'm part of a business organization for leadership women, and that's what they talked about today was networking. I'm like, ugh,
Yeah.
like, and the other thing that, just kind of on a side note, they talked about today was to challenge yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what Betsy and I always say to each other, like, do something out of the norm because it makes you stronger in whatever you're doing.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
and a challenge might be working with a different Santa or whatever, because it's always, you're always learning.
Always
Um,
challenge.
let's see.
Here.
So
Maybe
Joe says they're blessed to have you. Seriously
you're so
awesome.
sweet.
Tracy is amazing. I can't see who that was.
Oh, Santa Stellar.
Okay. Um, okay, so let's see if I've got some more questions. Okay, tell me about what does leadership mean to you? Tell me, that's a big question, but
I find myself like I don't know that I finished either any of my meals at the banquet because I wanted to be up talking to everybody. I want everybody to know who I am. Even though I'm just the secretary, I still want that connection. I still want them to know who I am. I want to find out, and I would make small talk. I'm like, how's the food? Or are you having a good time? And even that joking table on the other end, they were so much fun. And but I think getting to know everybody also helped me get in front of everybody and speak. I'm not a public speaker. You definitely helped me through that.
you did a
And
great job.
yeah, thank you. But I think just that connection with everybody, it's like I want to be more personal. I want to know their names, their first names. And I think I have a good handle on all of that, so
Okay,
yeah.
so what you just described is a leader because if you were in a different type of role, you wouldn't want to. Why would you go around and meet everybody? You're
Yeah.
meeting everyone, I'm assuming, so they can come to you if they need anything,
Oh,
correct?
absolutely.
That
And
is a leader, Tracy.
yeah.
Like
Thank
that,
you.
that's what you just described in your actions without the label. So
Thank you. Thank you.
truthfully, because I know, people that are not, and they would be horrified to do that,
Yeah.
so, um, and for all the right reasons, that's what matters too.
Yeah.
Um, so tell me about what Minnesota offers. Tell me some good stuff about Minnesota.
We like Minnesota as a state or as our group?
Your group, what is,
Oh, our group.
you are the kindness state. I learned that and I believe
Yes.
that.
Yeah. We are very, yeah. We offer insurance and backgrounds to well, we do it to our group, but we are opening it up to the United States. Anybody in the continental United States.
I'm doing
Um,
it, so.
yeah, they can get the background, and it is going. Gosh, Santa is going to be like 107 for insurance, and Mrs. Claus is going to be like 61 or something like that, and elves they'll be the lower price. We have the background company that we go through. And then, yeah, just the monthly breakfast we're trying to do. We have a kickoff in October. We do a big Toys for Tots drive and a kickoff, and we get dressed head to toe, full gear. And we have a little banquet, and then we get to go walk around the Mall of America. And then in the fall, or in February, we have a training and our blues banquet. We've always called it a blues banquet, but we ended up doing training with it also. So we have a whole weekend of that. So.
In the blues banquet, um, explain what that means, blues
So yeah,
banquet.
so back when they started the group back like 25 years ago, the Santas were blue because Santa Christmas was over. So
Yep.
they called it the Santa Blues. So we're sticking that name is going to be the same, and we're changing the name of the training to be different, but yeah, it'll always be the Santa Blues.
It's called the wrap-up dinner in Michigan. So,
Okay.
but it is this kind of the same to put
The same.
closure on the sadness and
Yep.
get us going again and
And
Um,
that's fun because we all get to talk about what happened last year. You know, it's like all the stories come, oh, I got to do this, or I got to hold my first little baby, or whatever the stories are.
right.
So, yeah, it's
Very.
fun.
And one important thing too, when somebody signs up, they are assigned a mentor. Is that
Yeah. Yep. Yep. We get a mentor. Everybody for the first year, we assign them to a mentor that will talk to them and guide them through things, or, if they have any questions, we will answer them.
really
Answer.
important? I think that's an asset. And some of the I know one Santa that was just started. I don't even think he'd done anything yet, but he was looking forward to that part of it too. And
Yeah.
actually, Santa Stellar talked a lot about it too, and he
Yep.
appreciated a lot that was given back to him.
Yep.
Um, so tell me, we're going to go into your personal style, and you have different outfits you wear. You said depending on the circumstance and the
Yep.
cold, right?
Yep. Yep.
But tell me what the most important part of it is that brings you to your character. And
It's my wig. That's kind of I put my wig on and that's me, so yeah.
same
Yeah.
here. So when you said that, I was like, I understand completely. My clothes don't change a lot. Aprons do, but when I put the wig on, I'm good to go. I'm in character. I'm Miss
Yep.
Claus Vintage, and it just becomes.
Yes, yes.
Um, so how are you shaping your look? Is things changing? Because you said 5 years. Are you?
It kind of depends on where we go. So I kind of just I have a bunch of different outfits. I'm sure my wardrobe is bigger in my Mrs. Claus closet than it is, in my regular closet. Yeah. I'm
That's
always buying
cute.
something. As long as it's red or green
Yeah.
or, different necklaces or hair pieces or, there's always something different. I'm always trying to change it or, yeah.
I am going into some other characters, so I think that wigs. I don't. One of the characters I'm going to be doing no wig, so that'll be a whole new
Okay.
thing. I'm hoping I can transition into not being me with. So
Yes.
I'm working on that one.
A lot, there's like 4 pictures that I have. They're all my daycare kids, in those pictures, and they don't know it's me. So that way to me too, it's like I'm
Yeah,
disguising myself because I know I'm in, we try and stick around our area, so it's at least they don't recognize me if I have my
it's
wig on.
kind of fun to be incognito, and then
Yes.
in
Yeah.
public adults don't know who I am
No.
either, and
No. Yep.
unless they look real deep.
Yep.
Um, so, let's see if we have any. We are over 8 o'clock, which is amazing. It went by
Oh,
so
wow.
fast. Um, so, tell me about what advice would you give in closing? We'll start closing the show up, unfortunately. Um, but,
Um,
but to Mrs. Claus's, and even Santa's, if you have for both.
I thought it was funny because I had this written down, and at your beginning, you kind of said this: be present and in the moment, be kind and be authentic. Be true to yourself and who you are inside, and look people in the eye and talk to them. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
So you think that I know a lot of people they don't know where to look or how to find out how to be. And I try to say I feel like it's easier to become what you look into yourself and like what created that image of Santa or Mrs. Claus for you. Start thinking about that type of stuff
yeah,
instead of just copying others.
yes.
It's going to
And
come
that
across better,
Yeah,
authentic.
oh, absolutely. I mean, we have like 150 people in our group or 130, whatever it is, and not one of them is the same. We're all different. We all have different outfits. You all come from a different life, and different family, and yeah, just be yourself, be kind, be generous, yeah, just be authentic, be yourself.
One of the things that I told him in Minnesota that I was actually talking to somebody about today was just look within. Like if you're a mom or a grandma or a grandpa or uncle, look inside. You have that in you. It's
Yeah.
it's there, and use it. It's right there. And when I was in Minnesota, I did some exercises where we looked in at a
Yeah, in the
reflection,
mirror.
see who we are. Yeah. So,
I have it
I,
right there.
aw, love it. I didn't even notice that. Oh, that's awesome. I was talking about that today, that whole exercise, because it does make
It
it.
does. It that made a huge difference in me. I mean, just how many times do you do your makeup and you're not looking at yourself? You know, it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, that made you really. I really like that touch, and yeah, I have it sitting there. I see it
Oh,
almost every day.
I
But
love that.
yeah, I agree with you. Getting that mirror and actually looking at yourself and look and see who you are inside. That's a big deal. Yeah,
I knew I was doing something right because there was tears. The
yeah,
women were, and it's like, you deserve this. You deserve
yeah,
this so much. Be the best you can be and be
yeah.
Mrs. Claus. It's
Yes,
magical.
yes, it
Magical.
is.
So, do you have any advice for Santas?
Um, kind of the same thing, and don't be so big, get down to the children's level. If you can, get down on your knees, be down at their level and look them in the eye. It's like just do what you can, listen to them with your whole heart. They have something to say.
It's about the children, and
Yeah,
the bottom line is,
yeah,
and not about us. It's about
yes,
the children.
yeah, it is.
Um, so, with that, maybe Angela would return on for and join us. We're going to get her back up here. Hello.
Here I
This is a
am.
great show tonight. I want to tell everyone that next week, no show because it's Mother's Day, and we're going to honor moms on Monday and not have a show because we're all going to be exhausted and nobody's going to want to watch anything because after the weekend. Hopefully not, but. Um, and then on May 18th, I'm going to have Bahamas Santa back. We're going to try this again with Tony Hosey. He is amazing and he is going to be so much fun. Um, so he'll be May 18th. And let's see what else I had on here. I want to make sure I go over everything. Um, some of my reflections after doing this show. All these shows, I do a lot of preparation, research. I talk to the people that I have on here, interview them. And I think that some of the stuff that be present when you're doing this, be
Yeah.
strong. And if you do want to go solo for the Mrs. Clauses, be strong with Santa, and it will build um, growth. Besides Santa was one of my comments on here. And Angela, do you have any good stuff from the chat that we might have missed or anything?
I think we got all of the questions and comments. It was a really great show tonight, as always.
Yeah, thank you.
Doing a great job, Sean.
Thank you, Angela.
You did awesome.
Thank you. So with that, I would like to thank you, Tracy. I'm gonna have you back on another show, so thank you for joining us tonight, and
Sounds good.
I hope that you come back and we'll spend another hour teaching the world a little bit more of the good stuff here. And thank you, Angela. Thank you, TNL. Thank you, Bob. Love to you guys. You do a great job and taking care of the show and everything you do. Um, and my final note is everything we do is for the children, the ones before us, beside us, and beyond us. So let's not forget that. It's all about the children. So with that, I want to say good night and have a wonderful evening, everyone. Thank you.
Good night.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank y'all.